Good morning, everybody. Let's totally go. It's Wednesday, September the 7th. It's in the morning for me. It's 10:30 a.m. What time is it where you are? Is it the evening for you? Is it the middle of the night? Is it the middle of the afternoon? Let me know where you guys are. I got some great news today, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing some Star Wars speculation. We'll talk about the Star Trek ship. I got a nice Star Wars ship giveaway for you guys here in the channel, like on the chat today. And I got one going on the on my Discord server as well for my drop head holders. And I'll be doing that all week, you know, and we'll see what we get from Veve with their Star Wars ship announcement. I know we got the Star Trek ship announcement, and, you know, as cool as that ship is, I'm a little disappointed. I wanted the original Enterprise, but I guess we'll just have to wait for that. But I will get into talking a little bit about that ship that we got. It's pretty cool, actually, if you hook it up with the, you know, with the Generations Enterprise, right? So, you know, I hope you guys are going to be excited for it. We'll see what happens. We'll follow Twitter's, you know, the Veve official Twitter page today a bit too. So if there's any announcements, let me know, and we'll get in there and we'll check it out, and we'll see like what the price is and all that kind of stuff. And if they announce the Star Wars stuff, we might end up losing it here, but we'll talk about what predictions they are for that too. And I do have some news about, you know, rewards and things, and my live stream schedule for the fall. I have an official schedule that I'm putting out, and it's going to be like different times than it's been in the past. So, you know, and there'll be different rewards given out on each one of those days. So I'll show you that schedule shortly. And then we do have Veve gems to give out today, part of our, you know, drop heads program too. That's a short thing we do, you know, each week. So this particular one is our pending gems day. So, you know, people in the drop head community will win some Veve gems today, which is going to be really cool. We'll do that. So that's going to be one live stream we do. And then we'll talk about all sorts of other stuff. It's going to be super fun. We'll get into the market. We'll see what's going on in there. We'll check out the price of Superman. Have you seen the price of Superman lately? We'll definitely get into that. That's going to be super fun. But let me start off by sharing, a little screen right here. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my live stream schedule coming up. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, if you care, that would be really cool. This is what I'm going to be doing all fall. It's going to be starting on Saturday, basically, because, this week, it's just, I'm still on my same schedule with basically Wednesday and Saturday for live streams. And so next week, I'm going to be starting my new schedule for the fall, and I'm going to be adding one more live stream day. So that way I can break it up a little bit more. So we're looking at Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, so that's going to be one day that I'm going to do. And I'm going to be doing Thursdays as well. So Tuesdays and Thursdays. I won't be doing the Wednesday one anymore unless something really special drops, because I want to add an extra day in there where I can do two, because I found that going from Wednesday all the way to Saturday, all the way to Wednesday again, it's too long. I need to talk to you guys way sooner than that. I miss you guys too much to give that much time in between. But, the summer is a busy time for everybody, just like me. So I will be going to this schedule right here. And then, of course, Saturday is the one I'll always keep. Sometimes it might go Sunday, depending on what's happening in my personal life on Saturdays, but the Saturday at 10:30 a.m. And what we'll do on those days, if you're a drop head holder, just so you know, on the Tuesdays, we're going to do the pending gem rewards, which is the one I'm going to do today. And I'll explain that when we do it. It's very quick and fast, but it's for winning Veve gems. And then on the Thursdays, that's when we're going to do our OMI crypto rewards for holders too, right? So I'm going to break it up. And then on the Saturday, we'll do our comic book rewards, because that's kind of the fun day too, right? Where we reward in real life comics to holders, right? And this is going to expand because I have more utility programs coming up. So that's just a little bit of news. I'll touch on that again, but if you want to make note of that, you just got to subscribe to the channel. If you want to hit like the little notification thing, then you'll see when I'm going live, and you can get some fun, because I always like to throw some giveaways and rewards in the chat here as well. Even if you're not a drop head holder, we're still going to do some fun stuff, right? So I'm going to show you that too, right? So then what we're going to do today is I'm going to give away this in the chat for the Star Wars ships. We're going to give away this vintage 1977 Star Wars, Millennium Falcon trading card, right? And I have it around here somewhere. Here it is. It's this little card right here. So this is original 1977. So this is going to go out in the chat today, like in live stream. So like here on the thing. So all you got to do is, we'll do that contest a bit later, and I will mail it to you, right? And it's a beautiful little card. And, it's from the 70s. It's classic. So that'll go out today. So that's going to be super fun, right? But also on my Discord server, as I'm doing other stuff here, this is the contest that's going out right now. The giveaway on my Discord server is this Star Wars comic. And I have a couple more, and this one's got the TIE Fighter on it. So we'll talk a little bit about maybe predicting what ships we're going to get, this week, right? Or whenever they drop it, maybe this weekend, they're going to give us those ships, probably on Sunday or Saturday, right? We'll see what happens. But, we know they're coming. David said they're coming. So if they don't come this weekend, then maybe the following week, I don't know. But I think it's supposed to come this weekend. But this is going out on my Discord server right here, for the drop head holders. And I have giveaways going out there all week. You can just follow me on Twitter, and you'll see it there as well, right? And so that's going to be really cool. Now, these are the ships that we're going to talk about, and these are my predictions right here. Okay, we got 3 different versions right here that we could get into. We got the Millennium Falcon, right? The Millennium Falcon. You can see, actually, if you look back here, I got the original right there for you. This is the Empire Strikes Back. So this is not the 1977 version. This is the 1980 version, the box, the whole deal. And look at that kid right there. That kid is like older than I am, right? And I was born in the 70s. So that kid could be a grandfather now. It's so funny. But look at that beautiful ship, right? So we got that right there. That's pretty cool, right? so, and then down here, the second one is we have pod racers. Now, there's been some talk about pod racers coming, because I know there were some early like sketches and stuff like that and hints at it previously in Veve like a while ago. So we got Anakin's pod racer there with Zabula. I believe is what his name was from, the Phantom Menace episode 1. And those would be really cool if we got that in a tandem too, because the sounds on those would be rad. And if we're able to drive them around like a vehicle on the ground in the app and AR, that would be amazing. So I would love that too. And then down below here, we got the X-Wing, and it's fighting a little TIE fighter. If you guys can see that down there, let's zoom in a bit. We got the X-Wing, and maybe we'll get an X-Wing TIE fighter combo. I have no idea. I want to know what you think, right? So give me your predictions on this one too, right? So X-Wing TIE fighter, pod racers, Millennium Falcon, right? But the big one, and this is what I'm really hoping for, everybody. We'll see what happens. But let's go D for Death Star, everybody. Let's get this one. Let's go. Wouldn't that be awesome if we got Death Star with David Hughes D? I don't know if we'll get this one, guys. But of course, the reason I'm actually showing the Death Star here is like, I don't know if we'd get this right or anything, but this version of the Death Star, this is the Death Star 2. And you can see it's under construction, right? And so there's the Death Star 1 that's fully like made, and it was a bit smaller, right? If you actually know the lore of Star Wars. But the reason I'm showing this Death Star is because I've used this image before. When I'm talking about the Veve app, right? I'm talking about the Veve app. It's like the Death Star, okay? It's like under construction, right? We're under construction. But as soon as this app is fully armed and operational, just like they say in the movies, we are going to be decimating the NFT world with our giant Veve laser, just blasting the heck out of everybody. No, I'm just kidding. There's room in the NFT space for all projects, right? But we are like, the Veve app is like almost fully armed and operational. It's under construction, just like this. So, it would be super rad if we actually did get the Death Star, right? Could you imagine, right? That would be so cool. So on to this right here. We got the Star Trek ships. Now, this is a Romulan vessel. Now this ship is actually really cool. It's way bigger than the Enterprise. And we'll see what it looks like, when it comes to the app, and how much the price is going to be, and how many variations, what the mint size is going to be. It's just going to be one drop. And it's actually really cool if you check it out. So I know you can watch some of the YouTubers out there. Probably Veve3 is probably going to do a really good video about this. So keep your eyes open for that if they haven't already, but it should be a fun drop. Now we'll see what the price point's going to be and how many mints size it's going to be, to see if anybody's going to actually go after the drop. Or maybe we'll get it in the secondary. I don't know. But we're going to have some fun in the after, in AR and stuff like that, in our showrooms with this ship. I mean, if it's got the lights all twinkling, that could be really cool too. So I want to know what you think about that. If you guys are going to be going for that drop or not, or if you're just going to skip it and see what happens. I don't know yet for myself. I have to decide. I have to see the information from their Twitter page. So we'll keep an eye on that today, just in case there's a tweet that goes out that lets us know all about this ship, right? But this is the other thing we're doing today. So the Veve Gem Rewards is going to go out, and this is this is what we're going to be doing on every, and I believe if I look at the schedule for coming up right here, my live stream schedule. So this will be normally on Tuesdays starting next week, but here, this is Wednesday today, so this is when we've been doing them. So what this program is if you own a drop head that's got the order pending logo or the reserving logo, then it's entered into a master list, and this is the master list right here. And every one of these is owned by somebody, and so then I do the random draw, and whoever gets the number lands on here on the live stream. You list a comic book, or a collectible, but it's mostly comic book in the Veve, in the marketplace. And then I buy it for higher than, it's worth, and you get some extra Veve gems, and I get that comic book, right? So that's going to happen today. The comic book that I'm going after, that I want people to list, when they win, is going to be this Fantastic Four number 12 uncommon. Because if you've been following my vids lately, I'm going after the uncommon, set, the unofficial, Veve uncommon comic book set from the Silver Age, and that's in the 1960s and stuff. So this, I'm going to, whoever wins I'm going to ask them to post this comic for around 19 or so gems, depending on the market. And then, I will buy it off of them, and they'll get some extra gems, right? So that's going to be super fun. We'll do that a little bit later, because we always do that a little bit later. And, and then this will help me complete my set. And this is the set I'm going after right here, which is the uncommon set. Now, this isn't like an official Veve thing, of course. This is just me as a collector, putting together another set as a fun way of collecting. And this is the, all the ones from the Silver Age. So you can see right here, I'm at 14 of 27. So I'm building it slowly as I go. And today, I'll get a couple of these Fantastic Four number 12s right there, hopefully, from the people who win. They'll just post one. It might be tough. They might want to keep one, right? You never know, because if you actually look at this comic book, I'm just going to share this really quickly. If you look at this comic book in the marketplace, hold on one sec. Let me just bring this up. I don't own this comic book yet either, right? If we go right here and we actually check out the marketplace, it's actually quite interesting. So if I scroll down, where's my Fantastic Four 12? I'll just sort really quickly here. Let's go. By the way, everyone can hear me, right? Because I've done this before where I'm talking for 10 minutes and I didn't even know I was muted. Okay, it looks like I'm okay. Okay, good. I just double confirming, because that would be hilarious. So here it is right here. You can see that in the marketplace, there's only 45 of these available as an uncommon. It's actually nuts. It's sitting around 875 to 9 gems. So that's kind of crazy, right? So this is, why I'm trying to complete that set. There's only 45 of them right now. So anyway, and so there's the common. I already have 2 of these, and that's sitting around the same price, around 8 or so gems, but there's only 118 of those. And of course, the secret rare is pretty fun too. I got that one too, right? So that's what I'm going after today. Now, if that one suddenly jumps up in value because you crazy people out there are, just decide you're going to go buy it or whatever you decide to do, then I will change the request and I'll go after Amazing Spider-Man 14, where there's 98 of them right here. You can see. So this one's a little bit cheaper. And I need to add this one to my set as well, right? So I can do that, right? We can go after that. So oh yeah, just before we get into anything else, I really want to look at this really quickly here, everybody. Sorry to be jumping around, but check this out, man. Let's go to collectibles right here. Okay, let's go. Actually, let's just go right here to the brands. Now, this is crazy to me, and I've always wanted to get back in. So this is the week that I'm most likely going to get back in on this. Let's just scroll down right here to show you who I'm talking about. Look at Superman right here. Okay, there's 143. But guys, look at the price of Superman. He's $645. I haven't looked at him in a little bit because, I sold him at about 1,300, like a month or so ago, my final one, month and a half or whatever it was ago, because, I wanted to transition. And so he's at the half the price that I sold him for. So this is perfect for me to pick him up again. So it looks like this week, if I can put my gems together, I'm deciding how many more gems I want to put into the app. I have some Ethereum to do. I have some Ethereum maybe to cash in. We'll see what happens with the merge of Ethereum and how high it goes, in this little bit here before I cash them in. And then I'm going to go after Superman if I can, and I'm going to try to pick him up at this range because look, 644 to under 700 is just amazing to me. And like I said, I'm a huge supporter of Superman. I don't own this one anymore, and but my plan was always to get him back because I went after Amazing Fantasy 15 hardcore. I had to sell my Superman. I decided to sell my Doctor Doom Marvel Mighty. I sold my Thor Secret Rare, and I sold a ton of my common comics that I had stacked, and I sold them all for decent prices, which is good to go into Amazing Fantasy 15. That was my big play, right? So anyway, so I always, my thing is now that I have those secured, I'm going to go back and get the ones I want, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing, right? So let me know what you guys are doing today too, right? So that's going to happen with that right there. So these are the rewards I'm going to do today. So let's get into this, you guys. Let's talk about the Star Wars stuff. What's it going to be? Let's get into the chat. I want to see who's here today, everybody. Thanks for letting me, rant a little bit. And so actually, I may have seen, there may be a Medium article up. Did somebody just say that? I just saw in the chat before I even get into the chat. Is there now a Medium article up? Let's check it out. We'll do a little refresh on their homepage right here. There it is. Okay, we got the Medium articles up, everybody. Thanks for the tips. Star Trek, the Romulan warbird. Okay, I will not try to pronounce that word right there. All you Star Trekkies, all you Trekkies will know the pronunciation, but I'm not even going to slay it right there. So it's going to drop Thursday at 8 a.m. Okay, so it's Starships, it's S2. There it is right there, the big one. Let's check it out. 120 gems in the list price, and it's going, there's 5,888 editions. Oh, that is quite something, guys. Let me know what you think about that price right there. Oh, it looks like that looks really nice right there in terms of that, but I might have to just wait, you guys. My gems got to be saved for Star Wars, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I probably won't do the drop if it's 120. It's a bit too steep for my wallet, but that's okay, right? Everybody's got their own thing, but this is going to be a big ship. I mean, there it is. Ultra rare. Okay. It's a first edition, obviously 5,888, 120 gems. Okay. So, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Now let's see the selling fee. Here we go. The 2.5 selling fee right there. Is it just a 2.5? It's not a 6.5. Sorry, an 8.5. So it looks like the selling fee is actually cheaper, which is going to be interesting too. Okay, so that's interesting. So let me know what you think about that. It's the largest and most powerful ship. I don't know if I'll be able to mint that at 120 though. Let's see, right? So let's get to the chat, everybody. I want to see how you guys are doing. Garrett's in the house. How you doing? He's the first comment. VV3. There you go. Goodness, that thumbnail pulled me in. You like it? You like my Falcon? Do you got one of those VV3? You know what I'm talking about, right? 80s power. You got one of those, baby. Let's go. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. So let me see. Have you put out a video there, VV3? I want to see the breakdown video of this one. Let us know in the chat if you've put it out, because I always want to watch that video. Then we can get some more information before we make our decisions, right? So thanks for coming. Sliders in the house. My cousin had that one. The box brings me back. Yeah. Yeah, that box, you guys. That kid right there, just so you know, that kid, like I said, he could be a grandfather today. He would be almost like, he'd be like 50 years old, that kid, or at least, yeah, probably about 50, you'd think, that kid right there. Yeah, and that kid's somewhere. That person's somewhere, right? I think I've even seen them online, so it's actually pretty funny, right? VVN3, agree with you. Enthusiastic and passionate collectors care more about value, but they care more about preserving the fandoms and passing them on. Yeah, that ship is like absolutely legendary, you guys. It's absolutely legendary. Harrison, how you doing? Good to see you today. And everything's going great. We got Blinky Blinks in the house. How you doing? Execu Speaks in the house today. Nice to see you too, my man. I appreciate that. We got Dino. Dino's in the house today. Dino, we're going to have to chat about these Star Wars ships when they come out, my friend. We're going to have to get into it. If you guys haven't seen, Dino and I were invited on Wazaverse's channel, and he had a really nice conversation about all the decon stuff. So go over to Wazaverse's channel, watch the three of us goof around and chat it out for a while. And then Rob Stuff even joined back in. If you remember Rob Stuff, and you know Rob Stuff, you love I know he's been gone for a bit, but the four of us were chatting for a bit. So head over to Wazaverse's channel after this if you want. You can watch that replay. It's really good. And Wazaverse, of course, did that interview, where he did the live stream with David Yu, that big one that's going around. So everybody head over to his channel for sure. And of course, Dino and everybody too. Apex Collects, how you doing? Hey, dude, perfect timing. Got 500 gems loaded. Nicely done. What do I recommend? I'm spoiled for a choice. Oh, man, don't even get me started. If I were you with that 500 gems, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the Star Wars ship announcement. I'm going to see what happens first. And then I'm doing the same thing as you, though. I actually am going to load some gems in here pretty quick, because I'm kind of tapped out about what I could sell to flip at this particular one. I have a couple moves that I could make, but I'm probably just going to load some gems in for this weekend. It's about time. I haven't loaded gems in for a bit. I just did it like not so long ago with my 350 gems. If you watched the video I just did, I loaded that in a little while ago, and I took that 300 gems and I saved it for a bit, and I was doing some flips, and then I went in, and if you watch that vid, you'll see what I spent that on. And that might give you an idea. I did a kind of a grail item. Okay. And then I did like a little stacks added to my stacks. And then I added to my collection, which is the uncommon comics, Silver Age, that I'm going after. And then I had a speculation piece, which is a little Doc Ock, right? So that's sort of the way that I look to spend gems. But If they come out with the Millennium Falcon or the Death Star, that's when I don't go and do that strategy. That's when I just go all in on whatever it is. So we'll see what happens, Apex. Dino, how does a drophead burning work for Omi? I'm a noob. Okay, so what happens with that program, Dino, is if you own a drophead that's got the market logo, the market closed logo, because the market doesn't usually close too much on drops anymore. If you own one of those, all you do is you send it to the burning address, okay? And if you go on the Discord where I'm at, Dino, because you're in the Discord with me, you'll see there's a channel for that. And the burning address is there. You just copy and paste and you send it to be burnt. And then you just report that you did it and show your transaction with a screenshot there. And then I send you 250 OMI. That's it. That's how it works, my friend. That's all how it works. So do that. And, in the Discord, ask questions too, right? Love the intro. Thanks, VV3. I love it too. Your guys, by the way, you guys got like the best edited videos that, like, come on, guys, let's go. Slider. Nostalgia is what gets the money out of the pocket for a lot of collectors. Yeah, that's what got me back into vintage toys, everybody. That's what did it for me. I got to tell you. Let me just go back to sharing the big stuff here. This stuff right here. This is what we're talking about today, right? Victor. How you doing today? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you for sure. Fwock's in the house. How you doing? Watching the Apple event on one screen and MC Live on another. That's right. The Apple event's going on. I'm going to rewatch that after, see what Apple's going to announce. I did actually just get an iPhone 13. So, I'm prepared for the drops, by the way. And just so you know, let me just blow this up right here a little bit. So with my Apple, by the way, like I said, yeah, if you're into Apple, like as big as I am too, so I will be watching that event just after, right? But check this out. I got the iPhone 13, right, which is cool. And so, what's really interesting about the iPhone 13? So I had an XR iPhone for the longest time. And I was noticing like it was crashing all the time with the Veve app, right? Like I would be in the marketplace looking for comics or whatever, and it would crash a lot. And, comics wouldn't load. The iPhone 13, just so you know, it hasn't crashed on me once. I've had it for almost a week now, and I'm in the market, on the phone in the app, and it's really solid. It doesn't crash. So I think, obviously it's just the newer phones work better. I don't know what your experience is, everybody, but if there's a 14 that comes out, that might be really good. And I haven't tested my phone out and gone for a drop yet. So maybe I'll get that extra little millisecond in there, you guys, and I'll be able to get those drops, the big drops, right? So thanks for pointing that out. Dino, yeah, your giveaway clip is dope. There we go. Yeah, awesome. VV3, I hope he's not teasing us with the thumb and shows us that sweet Falcon. I do have the Falcon, guys. I got it. I got the whole thing. I got the whole big one that's out of the box, right? So David, good to see you today. Thanks for coming by. Favorite Star Wars character of all time? You got to know, who that is for me, right? It's Boba Fett for me. And then, Vader and Luke are closely there, but Boba Fett is favorite and, for sure. And then, oh, just a second. Just a sec. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Something just came into my mind. Favorite Star Wars character of all time. Somebody just said, it's Grogu. Come on. Oh, Grogu, you're my favorite Star Wars character of all time. I was just kidding about Boba Fett. No, seriously, I was just kidding. It's got to be this guy, right? Yes, Grogu, they're there. Grogu, they're there. Get out of the screen. I'm trying to do a live stream. What are you doing? Grogu. He's aggressive today. He's not happy I said Boba Fett. Look, I was just kidding. I was kidding. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll make it up to you later. Don't worry. Ice cream for you. Or you like that frog flavored ice cream, right? He likes the frog flavored ice cream. I'll have to go dig some of that up. But Grogu. Oh, I got to be careful with him back there, Yeah, it's the Falcon. Yeah, there we go. It's midnight in Bangkok. Alex, can't wait for the Falcon. Nice. Thanks for showing up, man. You're in Bangkok right now. That's amazing. And you're staying up for the stream. I appreciate that, man, for sure. Victor, it's 2:33 p.m. right there. Good to see you. Thanks. Where are you from, man? Where are you at? You're obviously are you in the across the waters from us? I'm over on the west coast of Canada here, right? So Bing bong, bong bang. Pasternak, how are you going to play this new comic trade in for burning? Stack and sell commons, trade them in, hold them. That's a great question. So we can get into that too, right? So what it is, you guys, there's going to be this new program in the new year, apparently. And it's going to be like, we don't know all the details, but from what David was saying, if you watch that Wazaverse, full interview, sort of like AMA that they had, and there's a few other people who also recorded it too, and you can go watch their vids as well because there's different angles and stuff. And so what I understood and what we were talking about with Dino and Waza and I, and then Rob jumped in as well, but mostly it was the three of us at first. We were talking about how they're going to be doing this program where they're going to have like certain NFTs or special stuff in Veve that you can't get on a drop or, buy. You can only trade in for it or something. So like you might be able to trade in like, say, 50 commons of a comic book or a collectible or whatever they ask for, or how, and you'll be able to trade those in, and then Veve will burn them. They'll be gone, and you'll get that NFT as kind of like a trade-in program of some sort, like so there's more details to come, but that's sort of the idea. So we'll have to see one new year, but this is what David said, right? So we'll have to like see what happens with that and what they ask for, because you might be able to get more like points or something if you do a secret rare, or if you do like uncommons, or I don't know, right? So it's going to be really interesting, like, because we have all these comic books that have $2 floors and $3 floors and stuff like that, or $1, like even under $2, some of these floors. And those could be quite valuable to trade in. So if you're on like NBA Top Shot, like I've been on NBA Top Shot, I'm still there, but I'm not really participating too much. If you're on that platform, what you do get on that platform is you do get the ability to like, trade in some of your moments, and you get like these trade-in tickets, and then you can like, use them to get new packs. So it's sort of this thing. And then what happens, you trade them in. And I don't actually know what they do with those moments. Like, so if you have some of the moments, they have the little, when I say moments, they're highlights of NBA plays, right? So there'll be a player doing a dunk or something. And sometimes, you get ones, there's like 60,000 of them. And, they're like some random player that's not that, that's not that super like, famous or anything like that. And so you can trade those moments in. So there's a whole like trading market, where you get these tickets, and then you go and you get your pack, and then you can open the pack, and then you can get like, something really good, or you just get a bunch of garbage again. But like, this is sort of the notion that maybe we'll be trading in like, 50 common comics or something. So I have to wait and see what the play is going to be. But my initial thought, Pasternak, is to maybe stack up a ton of common or uncommons of one particular comic that I like, at some point during the fall here, maybe get like 100 of them or something. I don't know, even just for Master Collector program, right? And then we'll see what happens at that point. But it's hard to make decisions unless I have all the info, right? But we'll keep talking about it as it comes. VVN 3, they improved the reading in AR mode for the preview for the Warbird. It's actually great resolution, even zoomed in. Nice, man. Yeah, this ship, if you haven't seen it, let me just share this again right here. Hold on a sec. This ship right here, is really detailed, and it can be really cool. So it's going to be kind of fun to look at that, right? So Slider needs gems. We all need gems, don't we? Dino needs gems. There you go. When gem stimmy, there you go. I know for sure. Victor definitely needs some gems. We all do, right? Mohammed, how you doing? Yo, MC, how you doing? I was just watching your stream from yesterday with Waza and Dino. Good fun. Yeah, it was great. Waza invited us on, and we know Waza, of course, already, and he does a lot of HRO content. So, we were just hanging out and chatting. It was a good conversation for sure, right? So, Double Quill, how you doing? Good to see you today. It's good to see you. Dino, this could be your day. You stay tuned, Dino. You never know. In the Discord, make sure you enter, Dino, because in my Discord for that comic book, which is this one here, you got to just go to the giveaway channel and just enter your mint number of and you can win this comic in the Discord, right? So, that's what we're going to do. There we go. You had some of those. I know, right? Yeah, there we go. You need these comics, guys. This is good. Alex, which is considered the holy grail of Star Wars comics? Well, Star Wars #1, which we have in the app, is, kind of the big one, but it's really probably the Boba Fett's first appearance comic, and that's in Star Wars. That's Boba Fett's FA, where it's got him and the two other bounty hunters on the cover. That's probably the most valuable Star Wars comic that we have actually at this point. Not the #1, but Boba Fett's first appearance. Because Boba Fett, you guys, he's the #1 Star Wars collectible in the real world. And he's the biggest, most valued, character. I know in Veve, he's disrespected to the max, and I know the market has something to do with it, the current conditions, but he's absolutely disrespected in the app, and it's no problem, right? So now we got somebody who's joining the chat right here. This is a legend, you guys, an absolute legend. And, we've talked before. He interviewed me on his channel. I sent out a link to him today, hoping, praying, begging for him. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. We got NFT Pirates Chad's in the house. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks so much for the invite. Thrilled to be here. You're like my favorite YouTuber, so I appreciate it so much.
Dude, I mean, like, ditto. Come on now. I've been watching you since I got here, since the start. You're always dropping the fire. Your interviews lately are just astounding, man, and your knowledge. And I know you took that awesome honeymoon break. That must have been fun, So, but you're back. You got your background. I got to get one of those Veve signs.
Yes, I know. They're so legendary now. At the time, we didn't think much of it, but now it seems like everybody wants it. Do you have the gold and silver one on the not yet, eh? Yeah.
Not yet, man. I wish. I'll get that one day, I think. Especially if I go to an event, right? Did you buy one up or?
I bought one. But you're right. I think the smarter move would have been to just wait till, like, I don't know, New York Decon or something. But it's good to see you.
You're on the East Coast, right? You're in Toronto, right? So
correct.
You can go down to New York. Like that's really close for you. But me, I'm all the way on the West Coast. Are you going to go to the New York Comic Con?
I'd like to. Yeah, I was thinking, it's only an 8-hour drive, so it's not too bad, right? Or are you thinking of going to
bust that off in a day, man? No problem.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I won't be able to go to that because, like, I'll be going to Anaheim though. So,
yes.
Are you going to go to Anaheim?
I'm not. So we're both going to have to do the other one for each other.
All right. Okay. So you're going to report back. The New York City one looks like, of course it's Decon in Anaheim. So it's just like, it's pretty much VeveCon from what we've seen.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I know the Anaheim one's like 3 times bigger. Everyone says. I've never been to it, but New York City Comic Con, I mean, that's another, like, dude, that is, you know what that's about. That's another animal altogether. Veve's like a little small part there, but they're going to be at the Marvel booth. And if you go down, maybe get a shirt or a card or something, right?
Oh, I'd love to, man. And they're looking better and better now. Every event that they have, they're so much more integrated. Their presentation is like top-notch. It's incredible to see how far they've come, right?
I know, right? It's so cool to have you here just hanging out, man. Oh, I got so many questions I could ask you. I don't want to turn this into some like big interview where I'm just, pounding you with questions, but
yeah, hit me, man.
Yeah, this is our chance, man. This is our chance. So you've been in the app. Like, when did you first download the app? Do you remember your date? Because a lot of people know their birthday, right? When was your birthday?
It was March 9th, 2021.
Oh, yeah. A lot of March babies. Yeah. I was just in a Twitter space this morning and just listening and stuff. And I popped up for a quick sec. And there's a few other people from March in there. That seems to be kind of like a big onboarding time, right? So March, yeah. But that's cool, man. You've been here for a bit. So now that you've been here a while and you saw the Decon stuff, and I'm sure you saw the David Yu interview that Waza filmed, recorded, and maybe like a few other people did too. I don't know if you've seen that or you probably heard some of the alpha that's come out. Yeah. So, dude, did that not get you absolutely jacked?
For sure. 1000%, man. Like, I feel like the hard part for me is to focus on anything else but Veve now, because there's just so many things on the way, right? It's insanity.
I know exactly what you mean, right? Like, there's so many other projects and NFT stuff and crypto and everything you get into, but how could we not be just like going all in? Like, I was thinking somebody in the chat was talking about, wanting to add like another 500 gems or having 500 gems this, in the app. What should I go after? I can't okay, I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm having trouble being satisfied with my collection like daily. I always want to add more, right? And I know that I don't necessarily need to. Like, I could sit with what I got. Like, I think I'm okay. I mean, I don't have like stacks of Todds or anything, you know, but
You got a pretty nice collection.
Yeah, it's okay. And I'm sure yours is like pretty good. Are you looking to add more? Like, are you in a holding pattern? Like, what are you doing right now? Are you
right? So it's funny that you say that, because the hardest part is letting go some of your babies that you've already collected, because you're like, oh, I'm gonna hold these for the long term, but then something better comes out. You don't have the liquidity. You're like, should I rotate gems? So my strategy right now is kind of doing what I did last year in August, which is really just picking up all these very popular items that are going for so cheap. Like, as an example, like I was looking at the ultra rare Boba Fett, and I'm like, man, that is a major Star Wars character, and it's a pretty affordable price, right? Obviously not financial advice, but I think there's a lot of opportunities like that where you're like, this is the first appearance of Boba Fett on the blockchain, and okay, like I think the deals are too crazy. Yeah. And you said this perfectly, Aaron. You're like, this is the golden age of collecting NFTs, right? It really is.
Oh yeah, of FAs. Like, right. It absolutely is. It's nuts, right? So like, here we are in the app, and if you look at, if you look at, hold on a second. If you look at we're doing the, Star Wars ships today, I'm going to ask you which one you want to, but I've done this, like, here's the Death Star, right? So like, the D, the David, and then we're just goofing off, right? Like, I'm not actually predicting this, but he puts out that D, Dragon Ball, Daredevil, Deadpool, like all this stuff, right? Death Star now, right? Because we have it coming around the corner with these ships that they said they're going to give us 2 ships. But I don't think it's going to be this one, but it's fun. But this is under construction, right? So I actually put this in a vid before, this actual image, because I save my artwork when I make these vids. And this is like the Veve app is kind of like the Death Star to me. It's not fully armed and operational. It's like the Death Star 2. It's being built. It's being constructed. And it's got that giant laser. And once it's fully armed and operational, everybody, just decimating every other project. There's room for every other project, but you know what I mean? Like,
I hear you. Man, that's a great analogy that you make. And one thing that I always think about too is, like, imagine they did come out with the Death Star as an NFT. Like, even though maybe not right now, but imagine in the future if they just kept improving the augmented reality or the detail. Imagine walking through a Death Star and going on multiple floors, and like, it's just amazing, the potential, right?
It's just nuts. Like, I never even thought about that. Going inside the Death Star. Don't blow my mind too much. That's crazy. Have it floating there, right? Like, cool. Whatever they give us for ships. Like, we were talking a bit earlier, just before you came. I'm not sure if you're watching, but we were talking about, the Falcon, right? I mean, I got that, like over there, I got the original box, right? Which is like so pride and joy,
Wow. It's still unpackaged?
Oh no, it's opened and everything, but I have the Falcon like loose, and I'm actually, what I'm doing is I'm actually, like the Death Star there, I'm reconstructing it. I can show it to you really quick. It's up here, but so here's the original Falcon, right? Like, it's ginormous, right? And so what I'm doing, though, you can see I'm missing the top gun right here.
Oh yeah.
So the thing about this toy is that something fell. Actually, it's a hunk of junk. It really is a hunk of junk, but I'm actually, building it up. I'm trying to find all the parts and pieces. Like, this is kind of the hobby, right? Like, you get like a really raw one, a crappy one that was played with a ton. And then you like try to find all the little parts and pieces on eBay or from like, local shops. And then you rebuild it. And once it gets fully complete with all the stickers and everything, then you're talking like it's worth like a good amount. And you pair that up with the original box. Now you're talking like a nice collectible. So this is a little side project in the real world that I do. And I don't really talk about that a lot on my channel, but that's stuff I do, right? So
super cool, man. I also have the Millennium Falcon from as a kid. I don't have the original box, but I have all the parts.
Yeah.
And I've got like, the TIE fighter. I think, it's behind me right now.
Yeah.
And I think it's got a little man in there. Here, let me
pull you up right here. Let's see that. Oh, I love it. There it is, the TIE fighter.
Yeah. And let's see, I've got still the little action figure here. And
you got the pilot. You got the actual pilot too.
Yep, the pilot is in there. It's pretty sick. It's amazing to me, like, how old some of these, collectibles are and how they still look pretty decent. I mean, obviously they can fall apart, but it's a really cool nostalgic thing to have, is it not?
Oh yeah, man, it's the best. They're iconic, right? Just like those Star Trek ships too. They're all iconic to the fandom, right? Like I really wanted the Enterprise, and like I'm not, I'm just being honest. Like this ship here that we got, totally fine that we got it. It's all good. I'll probably hold on a sec. I'll add it to the stream right here. There we go. This ship here that we're getting, like it's super cool. It's gonna
It
look
is.
really good, and I'm gonna watch Veve and Three's video about it because they break down like some stuff on it. But I wanted the original Enterprise. I don't know about you, like the start. Like I even tweeted about it, and I was all like with Kirk and Spock and all them, But like eventually we'll get it. Well, I mean, obviously we'll get it. So I'm okay for the meantime. But what do you think? Do you like this shit? Are you a Trekkie? Are you a Trekkie at all?
I like Trek, but I love Star Wars even more. So for me, I hear ya. Like I'm like excited about this one. I'll probably still want to take part in it, and probably knowing how things will go, probably be cheap. So why not scoop it up? But I think for me, I'm saving my gems for the potential Millennium Falcon drop that we might see. So it's unbelievable, Aaron, that we're having this much progress in such little time, and that they're dropping this many insane NFTs with that IP so early in the game, right? It's wild.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, so yeah, I wanted to ask you your perspective because, like, with all the stuff that you hear, right? So the market's one thing, right? With the prices and all that. And, we always debate it. Everybody does. We make videos about it. Oh, well, great deals right now. And you mentioned, Boba Fett and all that kind of stuff. And like the prices are what they are, right? And I don't even care. Like, I don't even care about the prices being like super low compared to all-time highs in January. I mean, you've been through all the ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like before January. I mean, going back to March, you could tell. I mean, I've watched your channel the whole time, like, so we could get into all that and the ups and downs and the uncertainties that you guys went through in the beginning. I mean, like we can talk about that. But the thing is, I don't even care where the market is right now necessarily, right? Unless I'm like really trying to sell something because I need some cash, but I'm not in that position. So my whole thought is the company. I want to ask you what you think about, like, I know you're bullish, right? And all that. And but Veve, like all the news that they keep doing and the progression we keep getting since like June, really, like to me, it's since June, it's been nonstop, like, impressiveness for me. What do you think, man? Are you liking what you're seeing? I mean, I would assume, yeah.
But 100%, like one thing I've always said to somebody is, could you imagine if one other NFT project came out and said, hey, guess what? We're dropping Yoda as an example, right? Yeah. Everyone would go and flock to that project being like, this is the best thing since sliced bread, right? Yeah. But the thing is that Veve does this like almost on the daily, that you almost become numb to it. Like you almost become spoiled, and that you're not necessarily realizing what's right in front of you because there's just so much. And I think what's going on right now is just with the sentiments, not just maybe in the market, but in the worldwide, I guess, progression of what's happening. A lot of people maybe just not be bullish on these any projects right now. But the thing that I think is amazing is that this is a great opportunity to get those characters, to get those first appearances, and to get everything you love. And I'm super bullish on Veve, the marketing, the IP that they've been able to sustain, the team that they have, the love, the care that's there, all the things that they've been doing in the in-person world as well at these events. And I think it's just a steady progression. I mean, we have crypto to gems on the way within the next year, the metaverse. Yeah. So I think, give it 4 to 5 years. I think you and I see the future. We know that this is the future of collecting. And whether it be shared, in the physical world or not, this is here to stay. And it's not a fad. And it's, and I think it's just, if you're smart about it now and you could look 5 years out, oh my gosh.
Oh man. Yeah, it's true, right? And it's not even Moon Boy stuff. No. Because we can Moon Boy it up. Like you and me, dude. We can go. I mean, we have. You said the word, I've said it. We can do it. And I don't even care. Nobody really calls me a Moon Boy anymore. I'm just hyped, and I think people can really realize that, most of us that are here in the community, people in the chat, we're all, I think we're all pretty on board. And that's the crazy part that you just said, the future of collecting, right? And I think that was a really key phrase you just said right there, right? The future of this is where we're going. Like, it's not about, not going after this stuff. Like, I'm still going to do this, like I'll match it up with if I get a Falcon on this weekend, I'm keeping the Falcon. I'm going to match it up with my Falcon, you know, like I'll have,
Right.
you know, and I'll have my digital frame. What did you think about that? There's the talk about, you know, David's talked about, there's so much to talk about, right? And thanks for coming on, man. I super appreciate it. It's really
My
fun to talk
pleasure.
to you, dude.
You too, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like, you know, the digital frames that David was sort of mentioning, how they're
Oh, man.
talking to like other companies and stuff about this
Yeah.
potential of doing our NFTs, and maybe they'll have a product. I mean, this is probably way down the road, maybe a year or two, whatever. But on the wall, like, what do you think about that? Like the potential of that? You could have
It
your
blows
Falcon
my
there. I
mind.
mean,
It honestly blows my mind, because the way that I look at it is like, you imagine in the future, you walk into some top executive's office in a building, and he's got like Marvel One Secret Rare, let's say, in that digital frame, and you're talking to him going like, hey, how, you know, that's such a showpiece. It's such a statement.
oh
And
my God.
the great thing about it is that you can project that in the physical world, and you don't have to worry about it getting stolen, right? So you could leave it in your office, all these things, but it's still in your, you know, Veve app for the time being. And it's just like, there's so many cool implications that could arise from this. And then the social capital you would get. You imagine walking in, let's say, over to your house, and maybe you don't have AF-15, you know, in person, but you've got like 15 or 20 of them now on the app, and you've got all these digital frames. And I'm going, oh my God, you're, you know, one of 10,000 people in the world that have this in the digital format.
I know. It's crazy, right? And like, you watch the video that Sleepin put out about like his thoughts about what we're actually buying?
I
Like, if you
did.
guys haven't seen that in the chat, guys, go over and watch his vid, because like he's like asking the question, and like you could tell he was working it out in his mind in the vid, but also, you know, giving some good clarity. But what it is we're buying, right? And like the actual, I mean, we can get into that whole thing too. There's so many avenues we could talk, dude. We could talk. We could have a 24-hour live stream.
Yeah.
And probably not even get tired. I'm serious. Like guys like you, we can, you know, I can pick your brain forever. But that whole thing about what we're buying, you mentioned one of 10,000.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Because I know he was talking about like having a piece of ownership of AF-15, like literally in the digital space. Like you're not just buying a comic or digital like comic book copy or something. You're buying like a piece of the IP.
Right.
And you're one owner. I only have 10,000 people, right? And
right.
I mean, that's Secret Rare. There's 250. There's less people. There's more people at weddings.
Exactly.
There are that can own that comic. Do people realize that?
Yeah.
I mean, not my wedding. I had a small one, you know.
But
What do you think about that? Like, what are we buying? You know, like,
right. So I think we always had this conversation as, you know, I think Comics and Crypto, yourself, Sleepin all said, you know, are these reprints or facsimils or these kind of things? And, you know, David, you came out exclusively and said, you know, this is shared IP. And because it's the first time on the blockchain and they're limited to, you know, these many editions, like even if there were remints in the future, they would never compare to the first, similar to what you see in the physical realm as well. And the way that I see this is something that could even be, you know, maybe not as grand as a $3.9 million comic AF-15 in the real world, but I think that the social capital from this is massive. And the future of comic book collecting, you know, this will be a huge component of it. So I think like people don't really realize again what they have like going on right now. Yeah, look at that, right? Beautiful
know, right?
cover, man. It reminds me of what do we have there? The ASM 252. We both have that book, right?
Yeah, in the physical world. Yeah, we both got it right behind us. Let's show them off.
Yeah, let's.
Everyone wants to see them. Check it out, guys.
Yeah, they're cool.
I totally agree with you, man. I don't have this one in the app though. I got, you know,
same. I don't.
You haven't, yeah. So, you know, we got some work to do.
Yeah, exactly. Still got to chase that one.
No, it's totally true, right? Like it's just been really interesting. So, you know, I'm also thinking about, you know, Metaverse is way off, right? You know, like, let's be honest, right? I don't need to be Ready Player One yet. Like, I mean, that would be cool and everything, but you know, they have to, you know, the technology on that's way off. Even if you watch that movie, you know, which we all watched, which came out like what, in 2018. I mean, dude, think about that for Spielberg and them. Think about that. Right. But you know, that movie comes out and everyone's all like, whoa, you know, okay, like, yeah, I could see that. You know, aside from the dystopian, bleak, you know, the horrible streets and the horrible real world, let's try to have a nice, like, world as well, and then we can also use the metaverse. It doesn't
Yeah.
always have to be like, the world's in ruins. But anyway, aside from that, but like, the tech on that, people are still getting, like, if you put on AR glasses, it can make you queasy, and
Right.
there's all sorts of stuff they have to work out. So that's years and years away. But the showroom aspect of just having like an interactive showroom, people can come like this. This week, and I want to ask you if you're into it. I'm actually going to be diving into spatials. I've been in the
Wow.
Twitter spaces, and like there's really great people there like that
Yeah.
are talking about it, and you can see those people walking around, with their little
Yeah.
dudes, and they're displaying their NFTs that are like linked. And Veve, you can't link them yet because we don't have that access, but we will. What do you think about the stuff like that? I don't need a big metaverse
Yeah.
yet. Like I'm satisfied with like just sharing my showroom and inviting people in. Maybe doing a live stream like this in that environment, right?
Right. I totally agree with you.
You know?
I think like the way that I see the VV's metaverse as like almost like just a social network where like you could have, like you said, like a bunch of things in one. So you could like have a webinar, so to speak, and people like go and sit down and like, watch you speak, or you can have like a debate, or you can have like what we're doing now, or you could just have a room of like 5 different people where you talk about the NFTs, or a Star Wars place where you go and check that out. And so like, there's lots of this stuff that I see, and I see it like operating almost like a video game to start. And I feel as though like what you said earlier as well is it's going to take a long, long time before we're like VR ready and we're like doing all these things. So yeah, look how cool this is, right? This is like, I mean, come on, this is it.
I know, right? Yeah, I know it's going to take a while, just like you said. I totally agree. And this is an area that we could goof around with now. That's not Veve yet, but people have been, doing their spaces, creating their stuff, and you can have like events in here, and you can bring other people in. And I have no sponsorship with this, you guys, or anything. Yeah. This is just something now that the fall and my kids are now going back to school. Like today, I dropped them off. Now I have time to really dive in. And this week is where I'm going to start diving into this area, and you can instantly display your NFTs and stuff. I mean, it's just, this is kind of like, to me, where the metaverse could get to now, like, without going too crazy into Ready Player One, where we're all flying around dancing and driving our, whatever's. It's all in stages, right? And I think we're super early too, right? So I'll be looking at this and reporting on this, and I'll definitely be inviting you in, man, because look at this.
Unbelievable.
This is me controlling this right now on their website.
Wow.
I'm just spinning it around. I'm not logged in. I don't even have an account.
Wow.
So I'm going to be in there and look at the NFTs right there, and you can build your own environments. And think about the fact of the people who actually they build these homes and monetize. Like I think you can buy them from people. Like talk about a business model, right? So, that's
pretty damn cool, right?
That's where we might be going, right? Maybe you and me will be having a spatials thing in a year. I don't know, right? I don't know.
Okay, so thanks so much for showing me that. I'm definitely going to start to get involved in this too. And one thing, like, imagine if, you have your AF-15 collection spread out, and then all of a sudden you and I are talking in that kind of environment, and then you have like 20 to 30 people that are avatars watching, and we're talking about AF-15, the history, like, in a beautiful place. Like you said, that's feasible. I could see that happening, within the next 3 years.
Now. Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing, because people were talking about, with all the talking about the Veve verse and how, like, Veve's taking it slow, right?
Right.
And I want to ask you too about how you think about their progression, like their plan and what they're doing, and all that kind of stuff. But they're taking it slow, and so there's lots of time. Like, I'm not worried about it, but the whole metaverse crazy thing is all in the way in the future. We all know that, but this is actually stuff happening now that I'm just starting to notice. And, like, it's just, you can already do this. So we can't link our Veve stuff yet, which, is going to come, obviously. I'm not even worried about that, but about that kind of stuff. But what do you think about, like, when they give us the metadata, what do you think it's going to do for us? Because that's going to be really interesting to see, like, even just how many editions of comics we have. Right. And there's that program that they talked about, like, in the new year with the trading in. Have you heard about that, where we might be able to trade in a bunch, like, say, we were just talking about it before you came on, like 50 commons for like a special NFT,
So cool.
Yeah. And then, but we don't know how many copies. So the metadata has got to come first. What do you think about, do you really care about the metadata? Because some people don't. They're like, whatever, that's for crypto heads. But I think it's I think it's necessary.
I agree. I think it's like
Yeah,
almost like a certification for a Rolex to make sure that it's authentic or whatever. Like it gives
I
you the
like it.
yeah, it gives you that like
Yeah,
you know, solidarity and the confidence that you need to really like execute a transaction that's a high profile transaction.
yeah,
And I really think that like anybody that's really serious about investing or buying these you know amazing NFTs from Veve would want to see that as a part of that transaction. So yeah, I mean, I'm bullish on it. I agree with you. The trading in thing's very cool. I always think to myself, what if they did burning for like Omi or gems? Like, imagine if they ever rolled that around as a feature. Like, you burn the floor and like you
yeah,
just get like 4.9, but then also now there's like one less partner statue. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are the types of
God.
things that like there's just so much to look forward to. And I
Yeah,
think the reason that they're a little slower rolling everything out is they just want to make sure every step is done completely right.
yeah,
And I think that's part of the plan as well, is like better be like slow and steady than to try to, you know, win the race too quick and then all of a sudden burn out, right? And so we've seen a lot of other NFT platforms do that, where they move too quick and they burn out almost. So I think that's part of their strategy as well, kind of a slow successive movement.
yeah, totally, totally. Yeah, it's really interesting because, we're like that decon event that just happened in London. So you didn't get a chance to go, right?
I didn't know, but it looked
Yeah.
so cool.
Wouldn't have been awesome to go.
Oh man.
But like, so I didn't know what it was going to be about, like how it was going to look or anything like that. And, then I was watching all of it, right, with everybody's coverage. And the fact that like, that David came out and he's sitting there and, it was like a Veve event, apparently, right? I think 90% Veve people, which is astounding. People are flying all the way over there and coming in. And then he had that time, right? Like this is a gift, right? That time in the morning there on I think it was the Saturday morning, I think, or it was a Sunday morning when the interview happened. Everybody's hung over from the party the night before, and he's just there. And so he sits down and they're able to just talk with him. They're
Right.
able to just literally talk with like how you and me are just talking right now. And like how that may never happen again.
I agree.
Seriously, like
Yeah.
what do you think? Because New York City Comic Con, I mean, they're at the Marvel booth, just like the
Yeah.
San Diego one. And if you go down there, hopefully you get in there and get a chance. I've never met them, right? So, and but the Anaheim decon is apparently like 10 times bigger, or 20 times bigger. I keep hearing these 30 times bigger. I've heard someone say,
Wow.
and I'm like, okay, so and now we just saw what happened at London and how everyone was there. So, there's a lot more of us, I think, like we're both in Canada, right? There's a lot more, I think, of Veve users in the United States probably than anywhere else, I think, right?
Right.
And we're all filling in the gaps around the rest of the world, but everybody in Anaheim, like, are we going to get that kind of coverage with him? Are we going to, so it's
I
just
hear you.
bigger, right?
Yeah. And the snowball keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it just keeps rolling over. And it's like you said, these moments that we had at the beginning of the year. Like I did an interview with David Yu with like 4 other people at one point. I think it was in December of last year.
Yeah.
And I felt so privileged being able to do that. And I'm thinking to myself, like, once we're out of this bear market, like you said, this guy will be a hot commodity. It'll probably be like security guards around him. Like, the access to him will be so different. But one thing that I love is that the captain of the ship, aka David Yu, is like one of the fiercest collectors on planet Earth. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but in that interview he did, he's like, I have a few warehouses of collectibles and like 4 floors of collect at his place. And I was and he like just scooped the camera up quickly, and we just saw a little tidbit of it all. And I was I was blown away. I was like, this guy, this is meant for him, like this, he lives for this, so he loves it, and he's gonna exude it.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's running around there with his camera. Like you could tell how excited he was, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta go to New York City, man.
I've got to, dude.
You
Yeah.
gotta get down there. Have you been to a lot of conventions? Like
Yeah, I have. I mean, especially Toronto. Like they're smaller scale, but the Toronto Comic Con is always a good time. And
it's
like
a big one. That's a big one.
It is pretty big.
And Toronto's big, everybody. In case you didn't know, Toronto is massive, you guys. It's not some small little. This is not Vancouver.
Yeah, like
Vancouver's pretty big.
Vancouver's pretty good too. But you're right. I think Toronto's the 4th largest city in North America. So Chicago is actually the 5th. And the first is Mexico City, then New York, then LA, then Toronto. So Toronto is the fourth, like, you know, it'd be this third largest city if Toronto was in the United States, to give you some perspective on how big it is. Yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like you get some big stuff there. I mean, like I've never been to Toronto, man. When I come out, we gotta hang for sure.
Dude, you got a place to stay. Like, I mean, come on out. We got the
Nice.
fan expo that just happened a few weeks ago. And
Yep.
you know, so it's nice here. It's cool. You know, there's no mountains like Vancouver, but you know, it's still a fun time.
It's all right for sure. But yeah, if you get down there, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna like, okay, so I think we're all confirmed you're going.
Yeah.
So just
Exactly. I've got to vlog it now, right? Like, do like,
yeah, you do. Bring
wake
your
up,
camera,
coffee at this time.
set up a little fold out table just out front. Just do interview. That's
Yeah,
what I'll
exactly.
probably try to do, right? Oh my god! But you know, they're with Marvel again. Like this is people, you know, or people realizing this, right? This is the San Diego Comic-Con's the first one. They had the booth. Now they're doing it again in New York.
Right. Right.
What is that going to mean? How big do you think that could get? You know,
oh, dude, like, and I think the traction that they're gonna get, and like all these new faces, and I mean, imagine all the Marvel fans. Like, you got like a $22 billion industry. You've got movies coming out 4 times a year that pretty much are the #1 in the box office every time. You know, so now you're gonna have all those people go to, you know, Marvel booth, and then look at like, okay, well, what's the digital future of these guys? Oh, here it is. It's Veve. Let me check it out. Let me dabble into it. And then they're going to tell all their friends, and their friends are going to tell their parents. And so it's just like, you know, the network just keeps growing and growing, and it'll be exponential. So I think it's just going to, you know, one day this will just be so massive and everybody will know about it. And then you and I will be here being like, we told you so.
in a nice way.
In a nice way.
We told you blew it. You blew it.
Yeah,
sorry, you know, you blew it, but it's okay. You know, here, I'll sell you one. I picked it up for this, but you can buy it for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So are you going after those one-of-ones? Like, if you put some bids in on those, man, like, what do you think about those?
I think it's really cool because it appeals to, you know, obviously the whales and the people that have a lot of money. And so I feel like, you know, everybody kind of gets a shot and to have something that they enjoy doing. And so I think for somebody like Dr. Profit, you know, creates a new game for him. But for somebody like me, I don't think I'll ever be able to get one, but who knows, right? Maybe one day I'll see something I really like and trade in my old collection for it, but it's cool.
Put a bid in, right? Like, here's this one, you know, with you know, the you know, ghost spider, you know, Gwen, and it's cool. So it's got all the like artwork print here, kind of like a printer's proof. People have been debating these and talking about these a lot and stuff like that. The Scotty Young one, I bid like 3,500 or so.
Wow,
you know,
nice.
I just, you know, I don't know, right? I mean, it went for 31,000, so it wasn't close. But I thought, you know, I was like, I'm still going to put bids in on these because, you know, one day, you know, I don't know how many we'll get. We're obviously getting 1 or 2 a week. I might sneak one.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, right? Like, who knows? I might put this in here, go Spider. I might place my bid for 3,000 or maybe 3,500 or something. That's probably the highest that I think I might be able to go realistically, you know, on this kind of a thing, as long as it's good. There's a bit of an echo, man. I can sort of hear myself. Is that your YouTube on?
I can't hear it on my end. Here, let me check to make sure.
No, it's fine. But like I said, I'll be going for like a couple of these. Are you going to put a bid in?
Oh yeah, man. You know what? I'll try it. Like, we'll see how I do. But like you said, if there comes to be like an amazing piece, you know, because the thing is, it's not like you lose that money too, which is good. It's not like if you threw in $9 grand, it's like gonzo. So I mean, that's the good thing. And then I think what they'll have in the future too is like raffles for one-of-ones, right?
Yeah,
which is exciting. And you can just buy as many raffles.
Yeah, that's what you mentioned. How's that program going to work though? Like, did David say like how that's going to work?
So how I'd imagine,
yeah,
like I think it'd be like, okay, like let's say you buy, you know, 500 tickets for like $1,000 or something as an opportunity to get it, and then like pretty much then it's like a random computer generated identifier that just like picks somebody out of a hat, so to speak. And then it's like that one person that, you know, maybe have put in more tickets, maybe has a higher chance of getting it, but it'd still be, everyone would have a small chance, you know? So I think that's how it would work. Yeah.
And you probably have to buy those tickets, and like, then they would be gone. Like, you buy them.
You got it.
Yeah. Exactly. And if you do buy tickets, they're gone. Like,
they're gone.
The money's gone. You bought them. Yeah. Right. Which is, you know, but the thing about it is like, hope, right? Like,
Yeah,
this is the thing. So I want to ask you, so what was your first drop that you won? Do you remember?
that I won.
Yeah, that you actually got on the drop. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
you're in March, so you
yeah.
might have
So
had good opportunities, but like when you got that one, you saw how much it was in the market after, probably hopefully more than you got it for.
yeah.
That's what people need. What was your first?
Yeah, so my first, it's funny. I never had really good drop success, but I'll tell you the first story, which was the Nightwing
Okay.
drop, which was like the first. I think it was one of the first or the second drop that I participated in.
Yeah. Let's get
And
into it.
like obviously back then the buy now button didn't really work like it does now. Some people's screens would gray out, all that stuff. Yeah. So when did that drop? Was that the March 21st? Yeah. So like this was maybe because back then they only used to
Oh,
drop. Man, they only used to drop things back in the day, like every 2 weeks sometimes, right?
yeah. You guys,
Yeah.
yeah, man. You guys get thirsty for drops. Think about
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
My
So it was a
God.
big deal, right? And
Yeah.
so when it happened, obviously everybody wanted the Nightwing. And back then it wasn't like a blind box. So you just have to go to the collectible you wanted and press buy now. But because everybody went to Nightwing, it sold out like almost immediately and it went gray. But anyways, then as soon as that was sold out, I went over to Jay Lee Batman and I bought like 7 or 8. Like I just kept pressing buy now.
This one over here.
Yeah, and back in the
Oh,
day, Jay Lee was like $400 to $500 that people were paying for him, and Nightwing was like about just under 2K
yeah.
when it first came out.
Well,
And
he's
so,
still up. He's still up like 35 from his list price anyway.
yeah, exactly, right?
And this guy, I mean, he's like four, almost 5 times his list price here.
Yeah, and I'm still a
So,
huge fan of Nightwing. Like it, and I think it'll make more sense as well once the entire Black and White series has hit, and
yeah,
then everybody realizes, damn, there's only one Nightwing available in that series. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
Yeah, so
That
that
was
was my
your
first
first.
drop, man.
Yeah. How did
Yeah.
you feel when you got it though?
Oh,
You know what I
dude, like it
mean?
was such a good feeling. And then I went and I bought 7 Nightwings in the aftermarket using Omi. So I was because Omi took a run, and
Yeah.
then I went and bought 7 with just like I was buying them out with cash.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Well, that first feeling, right? So like,
yeah.
this is the thing that they have to work on now. And I want to ask you about this too. By the way, you can hang out as long as you want, man. Just let me
Yeah.
know if you got to run, but you can hang, like obviously, right? But like, so, when people come to the app, like new users, right now,
Mm.
and we do have a bit of a problem, right? And about with this drop, with how drops are going, right? So some new user comes, the way the system is set up right now, and they go for like say this Star Trek ship, right? And
Yeah.
then you do the drop because they don't really know, and then it's immediately 15% of what it actually went for, or 25, or
Yeah.
maybe half, because people will do that with this drop, even though there's just one of them. So don't do that, everybody. Just don't go for it. Don't buy it, and then 5 seconds later drop it for half price, which people will be doing. But let's say there's 3 or 4 variations. Okay, let's say it's a comic, and they go after it, and they get like the common, and it feels like a fail. Like it feels like
Yeah.
they lost, right? Because if you're not like a collector, then like if you go for the drop and you don't care and you just want to be the original owner of like say Nightwing or the Falcon or whatever, you just want to be
Right.
I got my Vader. I'm the only owner of my Vader. Like I'm not selling my Vader. Like it's just got me on it. And when we get the metadata and the frames and all that, it's going to be me only, right?
Yeah.
So when I get the Falcon, same thing. But new users come, and then they have this issue now where a lot of stuff is going under what they might have paid. So that's not a good feeling. So the raffle system and on the bigger items is really cool. And also they're adjusting the mint sizes. What do you think about what they're doing with that? Because and they're adjusting like the price,
Yeah.
and so. But we got to get to that point where they do a system that people can feel really good about when they win and they hit it.
Right.
Because that's why I asked you about what your first one was. Because once I got my first comic, I was hooked. Like I actually landed it. And then I saw in the market was worth, I don't know, even if it's 5 gems higher, I'm like, well, success, right? It's like success.
Yeah.
It's a feeling. So they got to get to that. How do you think that they could help solve that? I know it's a big question, but
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a great question because I think
yeah.
that's, the biggest issue that they're having right now is like, how to not deter new users as well from joining because like you said, it's like a first impression. If you go for something that's $50 and you see that it's $15, it is really discouraging. So, the first thing that I would say is, like when you're scouring the market, realize that there's already a lot of good things in here as well. So if you wanted to make a purchase, don't necessarily be just drop centric. Like for instance, like, you know, if you had,
Yeah.
if you had
Yeah.
a few, you know, like, I don't know, like maybe even $50, let's just say, or $150, you can go in there and still get a prize collectible, or, you know, for instance, a Marvel 1 common, or like even an AF-15 at $5,000. Like these are things that you can, you know, attain, and that's still, in my opinion, is success. I think the drop is sometimes more of a lottery, how it's currently set up.
Yeah.
And so like people are hoping to get that secret rare, the number 41 secret rare, and then if they don't, they immediately sell, oh, I cut their losses and move on. But I think the other thing to remember as well is that if you do take a loss initially, just remember that if it is a good collectible, that it likely will go up again, and there's market swings and everything. But in terms of actually fixing this issue, I think what's interesting is that the smaller drop sizes would be really beneficial for, like, because I think if they reward users for being here this early, then long term, you know, that people that want to come in late and want to buy these things could do it at a higher price. And so I'm all about like having that value as well. And I think like AF-15 is a perfect example of like value. If you hit the drop, you already 20x your money. Not saying that we need to like have something that significant, but I think it's nice for people to know if you do hit that, you know, that you are going to get like an ROI on it. And, you know, I think the other thing I just want to mention quickly is, like another perfect example of this is like, you know, so many copies of ASM 300 in the physical world, and then in digital, they made it 10,000 editions with 250 for the secret rare.
I know,
which is insane for a first appearance of Venom. Like people don't understand that, like, if we do take off again, that could hit crazy numbers. Like, again, never financial advice, and this is, you know, but it is quite remarkable, right? Like this is a big opportunity that we have here. So
there's the amount of mint, like I think that's a perfect solution too. Like, and you know they're listening, and that's the best part, right? I brought this one up because AF-15 we knew is a monster, you know, and we all sort of knew like, okay, I mean, we didn't know how high the common could go, and it settled in around 500, right? But this one right here is a good example to me of a really good comic. And I know David said this in that little that interview there, that AMA sort of thing that they had, you know, or the, you know, with Waza and the rest of them, that, you know, they're looking at like, you know, the really good stuff. They're going to give us like lower mint numbers, like lower mint runs, and make it like really good. Like, so a comic like this, which is a really good comic, you know, in the real world, it's not like AF-15 level or anything, but like they gave us a lower mint run of it. And then it's a successful drop. Like this is very successful for anyone who landed any of these. Even if you're a flipper and you don't care and you just want to make some gems, that's cool too, because we need that. I think we need that crowd in here too. I mean, I have no problem with that. I do it too, right? We all gain gems to go after the stuff we want. But like, this is the way I really think that was really, really nicely said, you know, lower the mint on certain ones, and on other ones, like, you know, the one that we're getting here, you know, where it's coming up soon. I don't think it's actually shown up here yet, you know, with the Star Trek ship, right? Oh, here it is. It's actually shown up. There it is. So like, you don't have to go for it.
Right.
It's okay. Unless you're a fan, right? Like if you're looking, like, I want to ask you, like, so how do you look for opportunities? Like for me, I see this, and no matter what I think of it, in terms of it, I see the edition, I see the price, I go, okay, you know, this is not an opportunity for me to make gems. Correct. If I'm a flipper, like, you know, we kind of know if you're experienced, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, one way to prevent you having that failing feeling is just to not go for this unless you're a fan, right? Unless you want to be the first. Well, how do you look for opportunities, man, in the market?
Yeah, so I would do, I make the same analysis as you. Like, I'm like, okay, that's a lot of gems. You know, it's not necessarily a 1,000 edition or less. So likely this is going to, you know, sell for at a discount. But if I really want it, or I want to take a chance at a lottery here and get like the number 41 or a special mint number, then maybe I try it on the drop. Or if I'm a collector and I just want it first out of the batch, then I go for it. And I think Veve's whole point to doing this as well is they want to keep things in the store. So when new people come in, you know, there's an opportunity for them to get something. Sure. But at the same time, in terms of like what I do is I'm always just like looking for what makes sense empirically and then doing my evidence on it. So for instance, like the number one rule that I think we all know is like scarcity and popularity is really what gives you, you know, higher price figures. So if there's something that's, you know, really popular and really scarce, AF-15 secret rare. That's how you get to those crazy numbers that we're seeing.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I think
It's true, right? It's true.
it's
The
insane.
combo is powerful.
It is, right? And people
Yeah.
don't realize, like in 2006. So I'll show you something quick here, and I'll show you some of my Pokemon cards here.
Yeah, let me just blow you up here. Oh, that's me. Let's not blow me up.
Yeah.
Hold on one second right here. Okay, you got some Pokemon cards. Oh,
Yeah.
like we can get into that too, my friend.
Oh
my
yes, I'm all
God,
like, I mean, I'm just flipping through, but these are all just cards, you know, that
Yeah.
I just recently like opened a few booster boxes. And the thing is that you're gonna realize is like the ROI on these things is low, right? So it's like a lottery. It's the same thing that Vive's implicating right now. Like you get, you know, you go buy a booster box, it's $220. You maybe get $80 worth of value on average, and every now and then you hit that $400 card. And so the excitement of it, but I collect it because I enjoy the thrill, and I still want to hold on to these things, right? And it's like that's kind of like similarly what's happening now. Like before, Veve was a bit of a rainbow ride, and now it's starting to like level out.
A rainbow ride. I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. And the crazy thing too, I just want to say quickly, is in 2006, Pokemon had one of the lowest print runs ever because there was such low interest. And so they made like Gold Star Charizards, Gold Star Rayquazas, all these things, and hardly any of them out there. And now, you know, 15 years later, those are some of the most sought after cards in the world, you know, looking at anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000, and a booster box being $80,000 plus.
Wow, dude.
And so on Veve, right?
You have any of those?
I don't. I wish.
Oh, yeah.
But on Veve now we see, you know, it could be the same thing. Like in 10 years from now, when the whole world of digital collecting comes out and people are looking at AF-15, they're going to be like, why was there only 10,000 of them done? Right? This is the kind of thoughts that I'm having about it.
Well, the numbers on that are minuscule.
Right.
Like
exactly.
10,000? I mean, you know, like 10,000 of these?
It's insane.
It's crazy, right? Think about that. 10,000 only. I know in our little bubble here, you know, everyone's like, you know, but like, I mean, this is already doing incredibly well. What anyone thinks, it's like just around 500, you know, kind of hovers, goes up and down. I mean, there was 20 gems. I mean, like, you know, it's a common. I mean, you know, this is crazy. It's so awesome, right? But that's awesome. I love how you said that, because yeah, when you buy sports cards like I have, or like Pokemon cards or anything like that, when you go buy that box, it is 100%, you're 100% true. You're actually just looking for those chase cards, you know, you're trying to find them. And, you know, a lot of the commons aren't really worth a whole lot, but you know, you might sell them, you might flip them, you might collect the whole set, whatever. Yeah, we're in the same situation. So that kind of makes me feel like, yeah, I could go for some of these drops then, you know, like, especially if it's like, I don't like going for the single drops. You know, if I don't like the item, like just the one item. But if like the comic books, I'll go for every single one of the comic books. I mean, the price point is so low, you know, I'll go 7 gems. I'm like, fine, whatever. If I get a secret rare, great. I might keep it, sell it. But yeah, so it's actually like that. It's like we're opening these kind of packs. It's actually kind of it makes me feel good about maybe going for some of these drops, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
See, it's just the way you think. Isn't it funny, right? So I want to ask you this too, right? So, you know, we all have our ups and down days, right?
Yeah.
With the whole thing. I mean, you know, talk about roller coaster in the time you've been here.
Yeah.
So when you get down, like what gets you down in the app? You know, like what you know, and we can talk about this. It's not always about, you know, like just being happy all the time. Like what gets you down a bit? You know?
Yeah, so I think if I make like an incorrect decision, so I think like I'll buy something purely to make an ROI, and then I'm like, damn, like it actually went the other way, and then you're kind of like, and then it could never really go back up, so you sell it at a loss. Like I've had to do that a few times. Not to say that's the smartest strategy, but if you're really looking to, you know, move or make money, and then the other thing too is like, you know, like when you miss a drop completely, like as an example, like AF-15, I had no like I didn't even get one, right?
Me neither.
And so yeah,
and
it sucks, right? Because you have then you have somebody that just joined and they get like the secret rare, and their collection all of a sudden is worth more than yours instantaneously. Like let's just say, right? And so it's frustrating because you're like, oh, like I've been here, I'm actually doing the work, and this is what I think gets in people's heads. I've been doing the work, I've been collecting forever, and how come Veve doesn't, you know, appreciate me? And the thing that you got to realize for them is like this is a business, and they're not picking or choosing anybody. And then I think sometimes, like, you know, you hear people say that these NFTs, because they're, you know, not interoperable yet, or you don't have your own custody of them, that, they think that it's just like never going to go anywhere. And my big thing that I've learned is like from the beginning is like people never thought these were NFTs to begin with. Then they were on IMX. Then they thought you couldn't cash out. Then the money transfer license came in. Then they're now saying there's no crypto to gems. That's going to come. So it's like patience is key. And do you not think that all these massive brands in the future aren't going to want a slice of this interoperable market share when things get more competitive and what have you? So it's just time. And I think, people that are smart are kind of saying like, it is a long-term goal, but, and just like a relationship, that's what you got to treat it. Like you're going to have your good days and your bad days,
Yeah, it's so true, man. It's so true. It's funny too, because, this whole thing is just developing, right? And like you said, over time, it's all being put into place. And I want to ask you quickly too about the interoperability and all that stuff, being able to take our stuff away from Veve and take it off platform. My feeling about it is that I don't want to be able to sell, and this is controversial for some people. This is just how I feel. I don't want to take my stuff off of Veve and sell it in other places, right? I want all Veve stuff to be sold only in the Veve marketplace. And I want this marketplace to be developed and built. And I want people to come here. And I want people to be able to, like, this is where you got to come to get Veve stuff. Now, I want to be able to share my stuff, like, in a metaverse environment, like in spatial and like with the having the file and be able to like do stuff with it and hook up with, social media and all that. But I'm not too interested in like taking Amazing Fantasy 15 and selling it on the open sea necessarily. This is, and I know that we talk about that could make it really blow up in a lot of ways because, right now, like if AF15 was on the open sea, we could speculate that it would be way bigger, right? Because you'd have all these ETH whales in there. And that would be beautiful for like, selling it. But I want to wait until this marketplace and just keep adding so people come. But it's a controversial thing because a lot of people want to be able to take them off and go and sell them in other places. What do you think about that? And whatever you think, man, is totally cool. Like I'm super supportive of everybody's opinions about it. So what do you think?
Yeah, no. So I've
never asked you that before, right?
It's a good question. It's a really good question. So I'm similar to you in the fact that like there's this, almost like this longing for decentralization. But when you put it into practice, like you see people lose Bored Apes, you see people get scammed. There's no security of your asset other than what you kind of put into your trust wallet and your own key code. And what I do like about Veve is that I have a relationship with the founders that, that these things can also be used in augmented reality. And there's all these features with inside the Veve app, such as the showroom and more things on the way that you can do. And that the community is really being built here as well, is that if you go into the open sea, there's not necessarily a sense of community. There's usually a sense of community around a certain project. So there's a few thoughts
on Discord and stuff. Each one has their,
exactly. Right. The only, I guess like issue that I see is that because these are licensed NFT products from like Marvel and Disney and what have you, you wouldn't necessarily be able to do your own thing with them. Like they're always going to be their IP. It's still, you own it, but it's still their IP. So you can't like profit off of it in a sense, like create your own AF15 burger store like they did with Bored Apes.
Oh yeah, I saw Bored and Hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to go there. I want to go get a Bored and Hungry burger if it's still cooking. Yeah,
I agree with you. But I think one day we might not get completely decentralized, but I think, for instance, there are going to be different opportunities. As an example, using like maybe the Ecomi secure wallet to like hold in your Veve's digital assets and cold storage, right? Like these are the kind of things that I think. Right, could happen, and who knows, right? Maybe these partners and these licensed IPs are going to have more conversations over time. But I agree with you completely. Like right now, I'm focused on digital ownership and what it means on the blockchain, and kind of treating Veve right now as just a collecting place, not like this whole crazy metaverse thing that's going to just encapsulate all of crypto. Like I'm just seeing it more like it's collectors. This is for collectors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, man. I appreciate that. It's to me like, if I'm going to go and I'm going to get these items from these IPs and whatever else they add, of course, this is where I want to do it. This is how I see things. Like I want to go here for that. I want to go my Marvel comic NFTs, I want to go to the Veve marketplace and buy them there. And I want the marketplace to be better, and I want it to be bigger, and it will. I want them to keep developing and keep adding stuff. And I want to be able to use everything in this environment. And then when I go over to another platform, I want to be able to do their stuff there. I'm not, maybe it's just the way my head works, old world, and maybe it's got to switch to the new world, the Web3, where everything is crossing over, like someday in the future where the metaverse is like not one place, but it's everywhere connected. And I get it, like with the whole, like, true ownership. And I'm all about that with NFTs. I get it, the whole thing, right? Decentralized and, fully in control. That's why I got into crypto for investing, like, with my cryptocurrencies that I have, on my, in my wallet, right? Like, it's all about that. Like, I get it. But this one, because it's Marvel and I really want Veve to be the place that everybody comes to, like the store, right?
Yeah.
So, we'll see how it develops, man. But I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, you make some amazing points there, because I think like the big thing too is like, if I'm going to go buy a diamond ring or a Rolex watch, am I going to go to like some open jeweler site and he's just going to try to convince me that this is the best one to buy? Or do I want to go to Rolex directly and order it there, right? And I think that's how I see Veve right now. It's like the professional licensed NFT marketplace, for astute collectors. It's kind of like how I see it. And in the past, we've had all these crazy, kind of crooked casino vibes in the secondary market, where people are just, manipulating floors and selling this at a high, putting this at a low, pumping things. And I think that's totally what Veve wants to get away from long term. Like, I think they want to make this like an app built for collectors, and just like have a really like, nice kind of marketplace where like, items should obviously have an appreciation, but at the same time be affordable. And their mission of like, inclusivity, diversity, and equity. I think like they're trying to appeal to everybody, and they're trying to like make a microcosm of society inside the Veve app where like everybody has a place. So I think they're thinking way bigger than, like you said, just having like, these like, hit and run money scams. Like they're here for the long run, and they're here to be like a massively established brand,
Big time. Yeah, for sure. Look at Johnny Dunn. Just got off his first day at a new job, and he's watching MC and Pirates live. Let's go, Johnny. I got to get you on the channel too, man. I love watching. I mean, I've been watching Johnny since the start too. Both you guys are like the first two guys I was watching, really. Cool. And see you sitting on your couch there. I always love that you sit back on your couch. You're like, let me tell you, let me drop some knowledge on you. I love those. You got to do. I think I mentioned this to you before one time when I think we're all in the stream together on someone else's channels. I got to see another couch vid pretty soon, man. The nostalgia. So Johnny, we got to get you on the channel too. I mean, if you don't mind, I mean, I would be honored for you to come on, dude, because I know I've been on live streams with you. But you're like, it's Johnny Dunn. I mean, like, how's the
baby?
I know you guys know each other, right? Have you guys, how many people have you met in the real world? Like other people that are, YouTubers. Have you got a chance to meet people? I haven't met anyone yet because I've been at home. So
same, man. It's been really like cyberspace kind of thing. I'm intended to meet,
right?
Yeah. I almost met Sean from Comics and Crypto and Danny BR on a trip to England, but just things kind of fell through last minute. And I know Johnny and I, we've always kind of chatted about potentially an Omi meetup one day once it gets to a better price point. We're all on the beach or on a yacht, one of the two.
Oh, let's go on the beach or a yacht.
Yeah,
it's funny, right? But you feel like you know everybody, right?
For sure. It's amazing like how like, and this is the whole thing we're talking about with the metaverse, is like it might feel like you have all your friends in there, like it's the same. It's amazing, like you said, like I consider a lot of these people my friends now, right?
Yeah, big time. Like it's really, and that's what Veve, maybe that's the most powerful thing about this app.
Right.
To this point. Maybe that's what this really is all about. The fact that we know everybody now, we're meeting everybody, this community is growing. And we're all like, most of us are all, on the same page, and we're not even in the same room. I mean, aside from the collectibles, aside from the comics, aside from the market, aside from the profits, aside from this, that, and the other. I mean, look at this whole thing we're doing here, all centered around this app. Isn't it incredible?
It's insane. I totally agree. I like, who would have thought you and I would be talking from, different corners of Canada right now about digital collectibles and the future implications they're gonna have, right? Like,
No,
that would never
you
happen,
are.
right?
You're in your what room are you in? Are you in the like office
It's an
room or?
office room. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
upstairs in our house,
yeah,
and
for
yeah,
sure.
it's just my little office room. But it's pretty sweet. Like, I mean, and I made this
Yeah.
pretty much for Vivi. We could have turned this into like another, I don't know, like a little gym or whatever. But we were like, no, this will be the office for Vivi. So
This is
it's
our
cool.
VV room right here. I know.
Yeah, yeah. My wife's not too
Oh,
happy,
man.
but that's okay.
So cool. Well, dude, look, it's so awesome having you on. I usually go on my live streams for a couple hours, and I got some rewards to do to hand out. But the fact that you jumped on here, man, I sent you a link before. We chatted before, when we did that interview. And anytime, man, you're always like 100% welcome. And everybody in the chat, we got the NFT Pirates on the channel. Can you believe this, you guys? Thanks, man. I'm going to let you go because I got to do my live. I got to do my giveaways.
Yeah,
and I'm
great.
sure I can keep asking you questions all day, though, man. But I'm sure you have a life outside of
Well, no, that's great. Listen, I really appreciate you having me on, and we'll have to get you on the channel again soon. And thanks so much. It was a great conversation. And look forward to doing it again.
Yeah, totally, man. I will see you next time. Everybody, obviously, I mean, I don't even have to say it. Like, obviously, you're already following NFT Pirates, but if you're not, I mean, obviously, go. I mean, duh, right? So,
Thanks, man.
And if you go to New York, man, I want coverage. I want exclusive David Yu.
Yes.
You're one guy that could probably get that, man. I mean,
I'll try.
like buddies, right? You know.
I'm a little closer to Dan Crothers. I've been trying to get close to David Yu, but he's I think he's got a few more missions to do, because I've been trying to contact him, but he's a busy guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And like, I feel I've got a lucky chance to talk to Alex a couple times, right?
Man, I saw that. Congratulations on that. That was awesome.
I mean, I feel so lucky to even have him even notice us, right? This is crazy. They know we're here, man. They're watching. Exactly. They're watching you. They're watching me, I guess. I don't know if David is. I've never spoke to David or Dan. I'd like to talk to Dan too. But this ownership group, man, I mean, how good does it get, right? Like, honestly, I mean, I gotta let you go because I'm going to keep on talking.
Yeah, sounds great, man. Thanks again for having me on.
All right, I'll see you later. Everybody, say bye to Chad there. We'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Cheers. Oh my God, that was so cool that Chad came on. MT Pirates. You know him, you love him. That was great. What a great conversation. I might clip that out and post it up later. You guys want to watch the whole thing back? That's super fun, right? Oh, so thanks everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Sorry I didn't get to any of your questions and stuff, but we were just chatting, and I hope you guys liked the conversation. A lot of really amazing stuff going on there. A lot of knowledge there for sure, and it's always great to hear, an OG's perspective. I mean, I came here in October of last year. So, he's got some months on me, and a lot of stuff happened in that time. A lot of experience stuff happened in that time, right? That we can all learn from. So I always say this about the OGs, okay? And I say OGs like originals, right? I always say this, to be here at that time, okay? So let's go back in time. Let's step back in time, and let's say you're there, okay? So we all know about Veve and stuff, and it's easy for people to join in January, right? And see what was going on, right? And I know that we've lost a bit since then for sure, but it's easy for people to jump on board when stuff is going flying high. And, but could you imagine stepping back in time to that time? Now, I didn't know about Veve. I hadn't even heard of it. Like I didn't know, I wasn't aware. It wasn't on my radar quite yet. I hadn't had anyone tell me about it or anything like that. But if I had, like, let's say someone told me about Veve, let's say last April or March of 2021, would I have downloaded the app and gone all in and bought 25 TODs or something? Would I have actually had the foresight to do that? If you actually break down what the app was doing then, and like he said, we'll drop every 2 weeks, a lot of uncertainty, all that kind of stuff. Would you have gone all in? Because I know, like, it's easy to say that we would have. It's easy for me to say I would have bought 300 Marvel comic ones when they dropped the last August, but would you have, so the people who did, they deserve a ton of credit for knowing and seeing and having the vision ahead, and having the guts to do it, because it's risky, right? Like, especially at that time. So I always look at the OGs, and I always like have a lot of respect for them because they pushed it forward and kept this thing going. And we wouldn't be here today without them. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. So let's get back to the chat really quick right here. Let's just say hi to everybody. I'm going to skip past a bunch of stuff, so I can't go all the way back. So if you did have a question, throw it out now. I'm going to do our rewards pretty quickly here, actually. Actually, you know what? Now's a good time. Now's a good time to do the reward in the chat. So let's get to these rewards really quick. We'll do the one right here. Okay, this is the Discord giveaway that's on with my drop heads. This is for the gems right here. This is the pending gems program. But you guys have been super patient, and I love it. So let's get to the Millennium Falcon card. This is a vintage card. Let me just blow this up right here. There we go. Look at this little dude right here. Vintage 1977 Falcon. Hopefully we get the Falcon. If not, I'll still be happy. Whatever ship they give us, pod racers, whatever. I'm going to send this out to you in the chat right now. So all you got to do is type in the chat just one comment, not a paragraph, okay? Just one comment. I just want you to tap, I want the Falcon. Just say that, and I'll let you can enter as many times as you want, just but one at a time. Not like if you do a paragraph, I will not pick you. So I will do the blind scrolling of the chat. Whoever I land on will win this little thing right here. And what you got to do though, you have to be comfortable sending me your shipping address and I will ship this to you. So don't enter if you're not comfortable with that. That's totally cool. You got to DM me on Twitter or Instagram, the winner, okay, with your shipping address. And then I will just send this to you, right? So this is this 1977 Falcon. Look at that. It's beauty. Look at it. It's gorgeous. So type in, I want the Falcon. And I'll give you just a second to fill up the chat. And then we'll give this one out to whoever I land on, right? You don't have to be a drop head owner yet. You don't have to be a member. You can just be a subscriber. I'm just happy you're here. And let's get that Falcon. Hopefully we get it, on on Veve, right? If we don't and we get a different ship, I'm cool with that too, right? So let's go. Let me just share this right here. Let me just share the screen. There it is right there. Look at that beauty. Actually, I'll make it even bigger. There it is. Keep it going, guys. Keep entering. I need a nice chunk. You can enter more than once. Enter 10 times if you want. But I need a nice chunk. So when I do my scrolling, I will land on someone. Whoever I land on, you're going to get this awesome little Star Wars thing. And I will be having more giveaways this week, Star Wars related, specifically if you're on my Discord, right? If you're a member of the channel, you get access, right? If you join my channel. And then I'm having giveaways every day that are Star Wars ship related, including that comic I just showed you, right? So keep it going. Okay, I think we're pretty good. Let's see how many comments we got. Keep it going a little bit. There we go. I'll give you another 10 seconds. Enter a couple times if you want. It's all good. I'll do the blind scroll. Okay, I think we're ready. Okay, are you guys ready? So like I said, I'm gonna do this. I scroll the chat with my eyes closed. Whoever I land on wins, and I'll show you. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Let's scroll up. Let's scroll down. Scroll up. You can see my eyes are closed. Scrolling down. I'm gonna stop right there. And who do we land on? We land on Dave the Stonecutter. Dave the Stonecutter, you win this one right here. Now let me know down below in the chat that you won. If you're not here, we're going to go for a rebound, everybody. So Dave the Stonecutter, are you still here, my friend? I scrolled up pretty far, actually. Let me know. If you're not here, I'll give you 30 seconds. Hopefully you didn't go get a coffee, or hopefully you didn't. If you're not here, I'm going to do a rebound. Let's go. Come on, Dave. Are you still here? I gave you 20 more seconds. You got to make a comment saying I'm here. If not, it's rebound time for everybody. Don't leave. Oh, here he is. He's here. There we go, Dave. Congratulations. You won it. I hope that's cool. If you're good, you got to DM me your shipping address and I will send it out. Big congrats to Dave, everybody. Big congrats. Yeah, we already got Muhammad. It's already been won. Dave won. There we go, everybody. So Dave, DM me on Instagram or Twitter, okay? And I'm going to write down here that you won. Hold on a second. Congrats to you. We got Dave the Stonecutter there. Dave the Stonecutter. There we go. Okay, good. You're the winner. There we go, right there. Okay, and now Now what we're going to do, so I got that right there. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate you. And like I said, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter. If you're not followed me already, the link's in the description for Twitter of all my videos. That's the best place to do it, right? That's the best place. Okay, next giveaway we're going to do right here. Okay, this is in the Discord. So this is the Star Wars comic that's in the Discord right here. This is cool. So let me just bring that up. Hold on one sec right here. Oh my God. The spatials is crazy, guys. The spatials, I'm getting into that this week. We'll talk about that in just a sec. Okay, let's get into the giveaway section right here. Okay, so this is the way we do it right here. We're going to do this comic book right here, and I do it live right here just so you guys can see it. So this is the Discord server here, everybody, for us. You can see if you're a member of the channel, you get access to this, and you get a Drophead NFT, right, to enter. So special giveaway number 2. This is in my server here. Let's count how many entries we got today, and then I do the random generator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, okay, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, we got 30 entries right here. Let's see who's going to win on Discord. All right, let's reset this right here. Boom. Okay, we got 30 right there. Let's go. Number 8. Okay, so number 8 wins this comic. Let's count down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Max Foot 22. You're the winner of this one. If you're here in the chat, that's okay. All right, you got. We love it. I'm just writing in here. There we go. Congrats, Max. You're in position number 8. Okay, there we go. I wonder if he sees it. Are you here? Are you here, my friend? Position number 8. There we go. Boom. And I'll just tag this for everyone. So you guys can get in on these too. This is happening every day. We got all this stuff going on. Boom. Right there. You can see that. Congratulations, Max Foot. So we'll get back to that right here. And then, like I said, in the Discord, we got all sorts. So look at these people posting stuff right here in our Discord. That is awesome. You can see the random generator right there. That did it. Okay, so we'll reset that. So congrats to you there. Okay, so let's share this right here. Now we got to do, okay, so let me just, hold on one sec right here. Who do we got? Hold on one sec. We got the giveaways, and it was Max Foot 22. Okay, so I'm going to add this right here. This is for me. Max Foot 22. Okay, nicely done right there, everybody. Okay, cool. So there's that. There's Max Foot 22. He's in the Discord. We got that one. Okay, now, guys, really quickly here, before we get back to our Veve talk just for a bit, we got the we got the pending gems rewards. Now, this, like I said, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, my utility programs. So this is my new live stream schedule, okay? Because I talked about this at the very beginning. So this is starting next week. It's actually starting Saturday. But Tuesdays are the pending gem rewards. Today's Wednesday, but next Tuesday we'll do this again. Thursdays are the OMI crypto reward. Okay, so we'll be starting that next Thursday. And then this Saturday, we're starting with the Blind Box comic book rewards. So I'm doing 3 live streams a week. This is the schedule. I will post this up for people as well. But today's the pending gems. And basically what that is, if you own a Drophead that's got the order pending logo, then you get into this every week. Basically, we have a master list for how many people who own it. And it's right up here. Okay, there's 322 entries. I just do a random generator. Whoever I land on posts this comic. I'm going to tell them in the Discord. They're going to post this comic. I'm going to buy them off them for 19 gems. It's going for about 8, so it's like a 10, 11 gem gain instantly. And because I need this comic, right? So I'm buying this one from them. So this is what I'm doing today. We got 3 winners, okay? And like I said, how many people we got here? We got 322. So let's get into this right here. I'll do the random generator. I got to do this live so everybody can see that it's all legit. There you go. So 322. Okay, let's go. Number 97. Okay. Let's go. We got number 97. Okay. And I'll tell you who won in just a sec. And then basically they just add this to the market, which is great. So number 97, let's go the second one. Number 181. Who's that? I'll tell you in just a sec. 181. There we go for sure. And then the third one, number 61. Okay, we're jumping around, which is really good. That means a lot of different people win. Okay, great. So hold on one sec. First winner. I love this. I love having fun here, you guys. This is what I love. I love doing this more than like buying stuff in the market. Okay, and then winner 3 is, and I'll show you in just a sec. There we go. The more you have, the better chance you have to win. But if you just have one, you're all good too, right? Okay, hold on one second right there. Okay, I'll show this. Let's stop that. Let's go back here and share the screen right here. Pending gems. Winners. The first one is Fiji NFT. Second one's Poppy. And third one's is Goody Vision. So all you guys got to do, I will post this up in my Discord right here. You guys share that comic book. You tell me when you listed it. I will go in. Bing. I'm just copying that right there. I will go in and I will buy it from you in the market for a little bit more, right? Hold on one second. Okay, you guys, I don't know if you guys can see this. Hold on. You can't see this because I'm just uploading the file, but it's all good. And then we'll go and these people will handle it on the Discord server. There we go. Boom. Okay. Done. That's as quick as it goes, you guys. It goes just like that every week. So that's easy, right? That's what we do on this channel. And if you just, you got to be a member of the Drop Heads. So guys, let's keep talking. Let's get back to the chat right here. William, you wanted the Falcon. Yeah, we just did the giveaway. Painful Monkey. Okay. Do you think we'll get the first D23 announcement today? I hope so. I really hope so. I don't know if we'll get one. Like, we'll see what happens. But D23. So let me just go back to the channel right here. Let's just go out of my Discord. Let's go out of the generator. Okay, let's go to Veve right here. They got the Medium article right here. But let's do this really quickly. Okay, so D23 Expo. Now, if you guys don't know what D23 is, this is what happens this upcoming weekend, everybody. This is the reason we're getting Star Wars ships, okay? And I'm hoping that we're going to get a golden moment drop this weekend because D23, now Veve is not, they don't have a booth at this big event, but this is a massive event. This is where Disney does all of their announcements. This is where they do all their stuff, all their shows, all their merch, everything they do, they drop it right here. And it's coming. It's coming up really quick, you guys. Here's the website right here. Check it out. And I did a whole video. It's not showing on the thing. Okay, whatever. I did the whole video, okay, about my predictions on this, what's coming. If you guys want to watch that, you can. But my predictions are a golden moment drop, okay? And I'm hoping, right? This is just a hoping on the weekend. Maybe we won't get it, but whatever, we'll see. I'm hoping if they do give us a golden moment drop, Tinkerbell, Dumbo, Pinocchio, and what was the third one? Apu from Aladdin, right? So that's what I'm hoping for. Star Wars ships. Now there's a poster. If you go to my profile right here, if I scroll down a smidge right here, there is a poster. Oh, look, I really wanted that. I really wanted that. But there's a poster right here that I put up on my thing right here. Let's just check it out. Where is it right here? I'm pretty sure I tweeted it out, the poster. It's a few days ago. I may not have tweeted it out. Where's the D23 poster? I can bring it up. I can bring it up right here. D23 poster. Here we go. Let's bring this up. This is the one right here. Okay, let's bring this up. Come on. Let's go. There's the poster. Okay, see this poster right here? This is what all the Marvel fans and everybody in the world and all that are all speculating on. And we got, if you look at the poster closely, I did a whole thing. There's Tinkerbell up here. There's Dumbo right there. There's Apu right there. There's Indiana Jones down here. We got the Star Wars ships. So we got the X-Wing. We got Boba Fett ship, and we have the Mandalorian ship. So those are ships that we could get as well. And then we got Grogu over there. We'll see what happens. Down here in the corner, we got Shang-Chi's logo. Then up here, we got the Nova ship. So we might get a Nova comic. Who knows what happens, but let me know if you guys are all looking at that. You want Dumbo. I know. If we could get Dumbo, that would be absolutely amazing. I don't know if we'll get one, right? We'll see. We'll see. Raymond says, what are the chances Omi goes to 1 cent to the 10-cent range? Seems like a decade plus to me. Yeah, it's going to take a long time, Raymond. But if you're patient, and you have Omi like I do, I have some Omi as well. I don't have millions and millions and millions, but I have Omi. And so I'm just patient with it. And, we're giving some away on the channel too, which is pretty fun, right? So, I don't know. It's going to take a long time, but that's okay. We're all in this thing together, right? For sure. Congrats to the winners. I know. Exactly. Exactly. That would be really cool if we actually got the poster. That would be incredible as well, man. Yeah. So Sean says the Pinocchio movie is coming out soon, by the way. Veve loves to drop things when a movie comes out. I mean, this is crazy, right? Like, we'll see what happens with this Pinocchio show. It's got Tom Hanks in it. And by the way, there is a Pinocchio golden moment, right? So I don't know. We might get one. You never know. Alex says, is this the first week without any comic drop? I don't know about that. That's a really good question, Alex. I don't know if it's the first week we haven't actually got a comic, right? But if I actually share with you really quickly here, hold on a second. Let me just get this going right here. 1 sec. Okay. Let me open this up. Hold on. Okay. Let me share this with you really quick. Okay. So, there's a couple comics that we could get based on the poster. So there's the expo. Okay. There's the poster. All right. Indiana Jones, I'm predicting will come to Veve. Okay, I was hoping it would come this weekend. We'll see. I don't know, because he's on the poster and he's in Fortnite. The Star Wars ships, I was thinking maybe maybe Boba Fett ship. Now, I did this video before David used comments. The day before David used said we're getting ships, I was looking at the poster and predicting we're getting ships. So we are getting ships. So I was right about that. I just don't know which ones, but there's the 3 that are on there. This is a comic that the first appearance of Nova, and this comic book in the real world is picking up steam because they are going to announce this character at D23. We're going to get probably some sort of trailer or some sort of announcement of who's going to be playing him. And some people think it's going to be Henry Cavill from, Superman, right? Because Marvel signed him. So apparently, right? And we got the Nova ship on the poster for some weird reason. So this comic could drop to Veve, or at least the announcement will come at D23. And then I thought we saw Grogu there, and I was like, oh, I want Grogu to come to the app. That's just wishful thinking, right? But this is the other one. So Star Wars, Shang-Chi should be here. The Shang-Chi comic should be here. And this is because of the Shang-Chi. This is the little symbol that's right there. So I don't know why the Star Wars comic dropped in. It's a file error, but Shang-Chi's first appearance, we could get that comic, okay? So there's the poster. And then the golden moments, Tinkerbell, Apu, Dumbo, Pinocchio. You never know, right? You never know. You can always buy Squirrel Girl if you're having a comic drop withdrawals. Exactly. It's still available in the store, you guys. It's still available. Oh, I don't think I could go for Squirrel Girl in the store, you guys. I just don't think I could do that. Let's just go back to I'm going to check out the marketplace really quickly before we go right here. I'm going to close these guys off right here. Star Trek and all that. I'll close all this off right here. Okay. And I'm going to get into the Veve app again. Let's go here 1 second because I want to check out a few things with you guys just before we go. Because I'm going to shut down the stream pretty quick here, guys. But check it out. Let's just quickly do a little market run. Okay. Like I said earlier, I went in, I was looking at Superman. This is the one that I'm really interested in right now. And I don't own Superman right here. So where is he? Let's go, Superman. What are you doing? Let's go. Where's the collectibles? There he is. Superman at 638, you guys. 638 for Superman. Oh, this is one I definitely have to pick up. This is what I'm looking at right now. I don't own it, so I'm pinpointing it. Once you drop down to this price range, one of them even dropped under 600. So I don't know if you guys are like interested in Superman anymore, but I definitely am. Is the only, Superman we have, aside from the Flash one too. That's a pretty cool one. So that's really cool. I like to check that one out. I also like to see where my stuff's at. I like to look at where Todd's at. And Todd's at 1,300 right now. He's still doing just fine, which is really good. The surprising one for me, though, is Vader right here. Where is Vader? He's still at 1,000. This is really interesting because a lot of people thought that he was going to overtake, Todd, but he's still sitting at 1,000. So that's quite crazy. Now, the big one, you guys, and this is in the market. Check this out. Okay, let's see where they are right here. This is the crazy one. Watch, not this one here. Have you guys seen what happened? So you want to talk scarcity? Look at this. Look at the secret rare on the Illazillas. The water elements at 2,600. There's only 71 of these. That's the same amount of people we have in this chat right now. Look at how expensive that guy is. All right. So, guys, there's power in this app still. There is big time power if you get the right item, if they do scarcity. And if Veve does these scarce drops where they don't give us tons of edition sizes like they have in the past, which I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to limit everything down. We're going to get other opportunities like this. So just keep your eyes open for these drops that are coming. If a Star Wars ship comes out and there's only 400 of them, it's going to be quite a big event, right? So we'll see that. That one's the big one I really wanted to look at right there because I'm not super, super interested in a lot of the decon stuff as a collector myself, but I think some of it's cool. But look at the price on that. I also really quickly wanted to just touch on the lightsabers because, David, you did say again that Yoda in particular is going to be coming and you're going to want his lightsaber because he's not going to have it. So, we got the lightsabers. I'll probably start stacking up a few. I know there's a few people who have stacked up a ton of lightsabers. I think Comics and Crypto tweeted they have 100 lightsabers. Okay, so you're gonna have to go to them if you want one, right? That's really going to be interesting for interesting plays to make in the future, right? So anyway, everybody, I think that's probably good. I think we'll end it right there. It's been an awesome stream today. Stay tuned for more news. Like I said, if you're on my Discord, keep following there because we're going to do those more giveaways for the channel members. And, we'll see you in the next video, you guys. Have yourself an awesome day. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you again later. Cheers.